Here are some of the best coins from this year's World Coin Platinum auction from the Central State Show. Let's start off with a gold medal issued in honor of William III, who was co-ruler of Great Britain along with his wife, Queen Mary II, following the Glorious Revolution of 1689. The medal depicts the personifications of Britannia accompanied by religion and liberty, shaking hands with William, struck in Nuremberg as part of a series issued by Friedrich Kleinart, commemorating the passing of the Toleration Act of 1689, which granted freedom of worship to those who wished to dissent from the Church of England. Graded by PCGS as SP61, it was sold at auction for $57,600. George VI was never really supposed to become king. As the old adage goes, he was the spare and not the heir. But when his brother, King Edward VIII, abdicated the throne in 1936 in order to marry the American divorcee Wallis Simpson, he was next in line and became king. To celebrate and mark the occasion, 5,501 four-coin gold-proof sets were minted, comprising of half-sovereigns, sovereigns, double sovereigns, and £5 coins. But in order to sell the coins, the mint had to advertise them. This meant taking photographs, but the current state of photographic technology was not conducive with the highly reflective mirror-like surfaces of the proof coins. So, in order to take clear photos, a small number of coins were taken and sandblasted by hand to ensure that clear photographs could be taken. This 1937 sovereign is one of those examples, long since separated from the rest of the original set. Graded by PCGS as a matte-proof 64, it sold at auction for the sum of $72,000. There are few English monarchs in history that managed to capture the popular imagination quite to the degree that Elizabeth I has managed to do. The daughter of King Henry VIII and his second wife, Anne Boleyn, her path to the throne of England was not always assured or secure, but her nearly 45-year-long reign brought a stability and newfound prosperity to the kingdom that had not been known for a very long time. This Gloriana portrait, gold pound, belongs to Elizabeth's 6th issue from the Tower Mint, placing it around 1693 or 1694. Graded as an MS61 by NGC, it secured a price of $78,000 at auction. Now we have a very rare variety of the much celebrated Gothic crown from 1847. The difference between this coin and the regular issues is the fact that this coin has a plain edge and no edge lettering or inscription as a result, and it is struck from a pure silver planchet instead of the standard sterling silver. This elusive variety of this iconic British coin is graded by NGC as proof 64 cameo, and when the auctioneer's gavel fell, it had raised $90,000. In 1887, Queen Victoria celebrated her Golden Jubilee after having served as Queen of Great Britain for 50 years. To mark the occasion, the Royal Mint also altered the obverse portrait that appeared on all silver and gold coins to the Jubilee head portrait, best recognized by her small diamond crown, which she chose to wear over and on top of her widow's cap, instead of the more cumbersome George IV diadem or the imperial state crown. With a mintage of just 797 coins, this proof 65 deep cameo example from PCGS was sold at auction for no less than $90,000. Within the same year as the previous coin, the Golden Jubilee medal was also released, a rather substantive medal with a mintage of only 944, while the obverse design depicts the Queen as the Widow of Windsor, sporting her mourning veil and small diamond crown. The reverse is rather more celebratory, depicting Victoria enthroned, surrounded by allegorical figures representing the arts, science, commerce, agriculture, and industry, areas that flourished under her reign, while the names of the 5 continental expanses that span the British Empire are seen in exegue, graded by NGC as Proof 63 Ultra Cameo. This piece was sold at auction for $40,800. Next up is a rather rare coin from just about halfway through the reign of Elizaveta Petrovna, or the Empress Elizabeth of Russia. The 1751 dated St. Andrew gold ducat. Traditionally, the Order of St. Andrew the Apostle, or Andrew the First Called, was the highest order of knighthood that the imperial family could bestow. This elusive coin was graded by NGC as AU 55, and when it crossed the auction block, it secured a final price of $96,000. The coins from the Segovia Mint from the mid to late 1600s represents a generational leap forward for Spanish coins, as the mint started to industrialize and modernize its operations. So while the vast majority of Spanish mints from across the world at the time continued to strike comparatively crude hammered coins, the Segovia emissions made the transition to the more modern milled coinage. This example of the 1687 over 3 overdate 8 escudos, and not only that, but this is also the sole finest known for the type, graded by NGC as MS64, it achieved a final price at auction of $96,000. With a mintage of merely 124,054 coins, the 1841 Shield Sovereign is easily the most sought-after London Mint gold sovereign of the Victorian age, and without any doubt within the Shield design series. Also, though it's not noted on the PCGS slab, this coin also appears to be one of the March 24A varieties that used the unbarred A on the word Gracia towards the right of Queen Victoria's portrait. This coin is also in an astonishingly high grade of MS65 Plus from PCGS, placing it a full 20 technical points finer than the reference coin from the famous Bentley collection by comparison. It sold for $96,000 at auction. The 1889 Winged Liberty gold 100 francs from the Paris Mint is a tremendous rarity for the collector of French coins. The coin saw a limited mintage of just 100 coins, to coincide with the Exposition Universelle, or the Paris World's Fair, basically, which was held, at least in part, to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution and the storming of the Bastille. This example of the coin was graded by NGC as Proof 63 Cameo, and at auction it sold for $108,000. And then, of course, who can resist the coin that has been called the most beautiful coin in the world? The 1839 Una and the Lion Quintuple Sovereign, minted to commemorate the inception of the reign of Queen Victoria. The reverse design depicts the young queen in the guise of Edmund Spenser's character of Una from the Fairy Queen, who represents truth and is seen directing the actions of the British Lion. This coin was graded by PCGS as Proof 62 Ultra Cameo, and at auction it sold for $288,000. Subscribe to WNN and feel free to watch another video about world coins right here next. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.